Okay, I got a lot to run through, a lot of notes. Oh boy, this movie's gonna make a lot of money and tick off a lot of men. But who didn't know? I mean, Barbie was the first known, um, promoted, profited a feminist for toy for girls. So I'm not sure who didn't know that Barbie was a feminist. So there's a line in the movie where she says, the fat Barbie says, having feelings and emotions expands her power. Let's see. And then there's Barbie kind of wakes, starts to become conscious. She discovers she has cellulite. There's so much going on with this movie. Ken Barbie. Um, I'm just gonna to hell with my notes because I can't understand my handwriting. That's not good. Um, Barbie psychically links to Sasha's mother. Barbie thought she was attached to the young daughter, so they go see Weird Barbie. Weird Barbie tells Barbie she opened a portal. So she has to go to the real world to fix the portal. So then Barbie and Ken go on this mission to find the girl who Barbie is psychically linked to, but it ends up being Sasha's mother. So, and then at one point, Barbie goes to the high school to say, "Hey, I found you. I'm Barbie," and Sasha just goes off and basically calls Barbie a fascist. Says she set feminism back 50 years. Said she leads she's a reason for consumerism. All of these all of these tropes associated with Barbie. Um, so then Barbie basically it's a journey of self discovery, self awareness. Barbie goes her own journey. Ken unfortunately lives through Barbie. His identity is tied to Barbie. At least that's what he thought. You know what? Some of these notes I have to go through because some of these notes are just too good to ignore. Then Mattel discovers Barbie and Ken are loose. Barbie psychically links to Sasha's daughter, which ends up being Sasha's mom. Masculinity. Ken discovers masculinity because they go to Venice Beach. Um, Barbie discovers real world dynamics and feelings and emotions. Barbie tells an old woman she's beautiful. The old woman says she knows. Barbie is conscious. Barbie goes to a construction site looking for female energy because in Barbie land, all Barbies do everything, and so then Ken has to he has to find his identity outside of Barbie. Sasha tells Barbie she's everything wrong with feminism, set feminism back. Consumerism. Sasha calls Barbie a fascist. Ken becomes further immersed in patriarchy. He starts reading these books and he goes looking for a job. Okay. Sasha mom works for Mattel. Barbie looks for the woman in charge of Mattel, the CEO, and then Barbie then flees from Mattel. So it's this man hunt or woman hunt or this Barbie hunt. So then so Sasha's locked into to Sasha's mom, Barbie. Okay, so then they return to Barbie Land. Goes back to Barbie Land first, but Ken has instituted patriarchy in Barbie Land. Ken wants to uplift and expand the presence of men, and Ken took over the Barbie house. Okay, masculine Ken dolls are flying off the shelves in the real world. Ken tells Barbie she failed him. He was somebody in the real world because a lady had asked him what time it was, if he had the time. The Barbies, let me see. And the men, okay, Ken then decides to vote to change the Barbie Constitution in Barbie Land, right? Okay. And then the Barbies like the idea of patriarchy. They like serving the men, but I guess they're under a spell, under a patriarchy spell. Okay. Then the guy, okay. So then Barbie says yes. Suffering cognitive dissonance under patriarchy. They actually take a shot at Zack Snyderverse fans when they're starting to kind of wake the Barbies up. It's like yeah, it's like being a Snyderverse fan, and then you wake up. And I was like, that's pretty low. Warner Brothers kind of slit that in or let that go at a shot to the Zack Snyder Snyderverse fans. That was lowbrow. Let's see what else. So then, okay. Try the Snyderverse. Okay. Ruth, the creator of Barbie, says she couldn't control her own daughter. She named Barbie after her daughter Barbara Handler. So then Barbie takes on the creator's daughter's name. So Barbie decides to live in the real world. Ken has his moment, and then Barbie tells Ken, "You have to find your own identity outside of me." And then they just the whole starts this whole Ken is me, Ken is me, Ken is me. So during their retaking of Barbie Land, the ladies use subversive tactics. So then the Kens begin to infighting on the day they're supposed to vote in the new ratified constitution. But while they're so busy fighting, the ladies go back to the White House or the Barbie house, whatever the case, the Senate, and they re-vote in the Barbie constitution. Then towards the end, all the Kens get lower tier jobs. Weird Barbie gets a job in the president's cabinet. Shout out to Issa Rae. She plays the black Barbie president. Okay, let's see what else. So then at the very end, Sasha, her mother, her boyfriend, they take Barbie to her first gynecologist appointment. So it kind of affirms the gender of Barbie and that there's no multi-gendered stuff. That was the ending that was that people felt was going to be very divisive. Um, I could, I didn't feel any way about it. Let's see. Is that it? All my notes. Okay. Yeah, she tells Barbie she saved the Barbie land from patriarchy, and then Barbie chooses to live as a human. Barbie apologizes to Ken for taking him for granted. Barbie tells Ken to figure out who he is without her. Okay, so then yeah, weird Barbie gets a job in the cabinet, and all the other Kens take lower tier jobs in Barbie Land. Mattel agrees to create an ordinary Barbie. Okay. And then towards the end, also Ken rejects the patriarchy. He says he's always thought it would be their house, the Barbie house and Ken house. He always thought it would be their house together because he's madly in love with Barbie. Barbie says, "I'm not in love with Ken. She wants to be her own thing." So, color, styling, cinematography. Barbie Land looks gorgeous. It looks like what you thought it would be. Barbie Land, all the set pieces, the designs. I mean, it's spot on. Um, yeah, this is going to, would I say divisive? Possibly yes. Depending on if you engage in gender war rhetoric, patriarchy, matriarchy rhetoric, it may make you feel a certain way. You may want to chime in on it. This thing's going to make a lot of money. Will it make 1 billion? I don't see this movie making 1 billion. I do see it making a lot of money, not necessarily 1 billion, because we're looking at what 120, 130 opening weekend for this weekend. To get to 1 billion, I don't know. There's enough female market to push it to 1 billion. I just don't see it. Depends on how long it runs in the theaters. Um, we'll see. It'll be interesting. But yeah, patriarchy is bad, is evil. Patriarchy is evil in this movie. My daughter was like, it was okay. She didn't. She said it was just okay. So I'll leave it at that. Y'all have a good one. Peace.